Good evening, class. You might have heard about the 6-year-old boy who tragically lost his mother, Amber Thurman, in 2022 because she was denied routine medical care. Amber Thurman had leftover fetal tissue in her uterus and she required a procedure known as a dilation and curettage. The state of Georgia enacted stricter abortion laws following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Amber's medical providers denied her necessary life-saving medical treatment for fear of facing legal repercussions. Body autonomy is the single most basic human right, and women are being robbed of it. Denying women the right to abortion can cause physical and emotional harm as well as death. The Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in June of 2022. This recent reversal of the federal right to abort has let the states unleash their control over women's bodies. Our state, Florida, just passed more restrictive abortion laws in the November 2024 election. I am a credible speaker simply because I am a woman, I live the woman's tale, and I have gone through the grueling experience of childbirth. I will explain different sensitive situations where women desire an abortion. I will detail exactly what the restricting laws in Florida mean for abortions and the requirements to qualify for this procedure. I will emphasize the importance of legislation moving forward in the realm of women's rights as opposed to moving backwards. Let's dive into this understandably sensitive topic. The most obvious reason where a woman might desire an abortion would be because it's medically necessary. A mother can be at risk for health complications, or a fetus can develop severe birth defects. Mothers might develop placental abruptions, eclampsia, or other complications later in pregnancy, but earlier complications exist. According to the Cleveland Clinic, ectopic pregnancies are discovered within the first trimester, usually between 8 to 12 weeks. Fetal anomalies might occur. For example, neural tube defects, which means that the baby's brain did not develop in utero. This baby can still develop a heart and have a fetal heart rate, but it will be stillborn or die days after birth. The pro-life argument firmly finds abortion morally impermissible. Bertha Alvarez-Manion with the National Library of Medicine emphasizes that the human fetus has a moral right to life. A fetus with underdeveloped organs will either lose life at the time of birth or live life with a debilitating illness. This is hardly a life at all. And the mother should have the choice to spare herself and her unborn child unnecessary suffering. Conception can be the result of a sexual assault. Forcible rape can result in pregnancy. New laws require a police report to be filed to qualify for an abortion. Many women hesitate to report rape for a number of reasons, and some don't report at all. These reasons could be that the rapist is her family member, or there is fear of retaliation or bodily harm from her rapist, and exploitation of her privacy to go through with the trial. Continuing on, let's look into the laws. I want to explain Florida's parameters encompassing abortion. Pregnancy termination laws in Florida changed and went into effect May of this year. According to Chapter 390 of the Florida statute, abortion and terminating pregnancy are illegal after 6 weeks. The time clock for 6 weeks begins on the first day of the mother's last menstrual cycle, not at the time of conception. Many women do not even find out that they're pregnant inside of these time parameters. Formerly, it was legal to terminate a pregnancy until the gestational age of the baby was 15 weeks. Do you remember when I mentioned that ectopic pregnancies can be discovered as late as 12 weeks? Abortions are technically still legal if they meet emergency criteria, but physicians are burdened with deciphering how sick a mother must become before they can legally terminate to avoid legal repercussions. For cases of rape, incest, and human trafficking, there must be physical proof of a police report, and no abortions after 15 weeks are legal, even in these cases. Also, according to the Florida Statute 390, no doctor and no hospital shall be required to participate in abortions, and there shall not be any hospital, or person held liable for such refusal. Physicians will face hefty legal punishments, including up to $5,000 in fines, 5 years in prison, and the revocation of their medical license. There is no clear definition in Statute 390 that explains medically necessary scenarios for abortions, which leaves vast gray area. There will be no liability for refusal to perform abortions, even if the mother's life is lost, like in the case of Amber Thurman. Political interference prohibits physicians from being able to maintain best medical practice to ensure the mother's safety. Now that we know some of the harshened abortion laws, I would like to discuss the consequences. Many women around the world feel that they must resort to unsafe measures to deal with unwanted pregnancies. Do you know what this is? It's morbid to use this as an example, but unfortunately, this is what many women result to when they feel that they have no options and no support. Denying women abortion is denying women proper health care, leading to decisions made in desperation. According to the statistics detailed by the World Health Organization, unsafe abortion rates are higher in lesser developed countries. The United States of America, being a more developed country, has a lower rate of unsafe abortions, but we can expect for this rate to spike with the overturn of Roe v. Wade. Our country is moving away from decades worth of progress, not only in relation to women's rights, but in our healthcare system. We must fight back. Let me conclude, and I beg you to hear me clearly. Abortion is healthcare. As we tighten the parameters for acceptability to terminate pregnancies, we are isolating the women in this country, making it known that they no longer have a choice. There are countless medical reasons for an abortion to take place, none of which are clearly defined in the Florida statute. Many states besides Florida are exerting their control over abortion laws, leading to more health complications and emotional anguish in women. Doctors are refusing to perform best medical practices, and this refusal holds no liability. The problem is not that abortions are totally illegal. The problem is that physicians are not protected if they have to perform one. Maternal death tolls will continue to rise as women are denied proper health care, left to seek alternative methods. Is this really the direction that we want our country of freedom to go in? Thank you.